Okay guys, so I promised you that we were coming up to do a trip down from Richards Bay to Cape Town. It's daybreak at Richards Bay, the sun's coming up. We're on the magic ship, the Madness 3, absolute beast of a 54-foot Reviera. We've got some ugly weather coming up the coast. We've got a very small window to get down to East London, and hoping that this weather is going to improve a little bit, and then yeah, that we can head out from East London and head to, oh yes, this is shallow here, it's pretty hectic. Head down further down to Cape Town once this weather passes, if not get past underneath it before it comes. Yeah, the sun's coming up, and yeah, we're going to be calling out and head. I just want to do a little bit of playing with this pod system. I've never used an IPS system. It's a totally new story to me. I was just going to play with it in the harbour here, so I just get a little bit of an idea what's happening before we head out of the harbour. We're going to do 2 days and 2 nights to get to East London. We're going to go slow so we can save fuel, and yeah, just take it as it comes. We've got no idea what's coming our way really, because this weather's been changing daily, and we just have to play it by ear, and hoping that we can tie up in a reasonably good place in East London, because yeah, there's some seriously shit weather coming. With the storm of the century coming up, Lefty says he wants to see what it's like to be out in 60 knots of wind. I'd prefer to be in the harbour for sure. Anyway, the sun's up behind us. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting trip, man. I hope that everything works out, because if we get stuck halfway, we got deep shit. Got 60 knots of wind and 7 meters of swell on Tuesday off East London. We need to be tied up by then. Hopefully, if all goes well and yeah, we don't have any breakdowns, then yeah, we should be good to go. So here's the boat. It's got a rear station so that you can dock on that side, and then down on the bottom deck it's got another station at the bottom, so you can dock if you want to go against there, and obviously your main station up here. Freaking super spacious boat, man. Big boat. Downstairs into the galley. I'll done. Yeah, the galley, the saloon. It's got a davit and a ducky on it. I haven't got the motor on there for weight. Main suite with a bathroom. Forward cabin, double. That's where I'm sleeping. Didn't sleep for shit last night. And then we've got the crew cabin. Yeah, we'd all flown into Richards Bay the night before. Yeah, and then I'll show you outside what's happening on the deck. We've got bladders with 2 600-litre bladders with diesel in, which hopefully we're not going to have to use. Bladders with 600 litres, big fenders for tying up on the side. Got a transfer pump for the diesel and another bladder. Unfortunately, not going to be fishing because and we're actually just coming into the current now, right into the Marlin area. See the sea started going a beautiful blue color now. It's the Marlin area. Unfortunately, one of the few trips I'll go to sea that I won't be fishing. And yeah, we're not going to fiddle because of the weather that's coming, unfortunately. If it had been a nice weather gap when we had time, we could have done that. We already had one hiccup, but we managed to find what the problem is, so that's going good. And it looks like we're doing better speed than what I thought, so yeah, let's hope everything goes smoothly. Yeah. So tell me, what's it like to skipper a 54-foot freaking Game Fisher?
It's easy. I just press a button and I lean back and I'm almost there, bro. It's so cute. So cute. I'm still trying to wake up. Waking up on a boat, I don't know if you ever really wake up. You're just wobbling always.
Yeah, no, we didn't sleep very lekker last night. And Lefty into the sun. What do you say, Chana? You're going to sit in the second? Steers can fight each other and the freaking, you've got so many stations here.
Yeah. Play games on each other.
Yeah, it's not a video game, man.
So well just now, so Jabba, we're going to hit the thing. Okay, what degree we going? Press, hold
Confusion at the helm.
Hold down right.
You disengaged and we spun around.
Slutter handbrake turn.
Yes, you can speak shit. Yeah, so the biggest problem we've got is that we're going out deep now, 30 miles off the coast to get into the current, because you pick up an extra 3-4 knots and you burn less diesel, brings the consumption down. But the only problem out there is off this Transkei coast is absolutely no signal. So we've got no Wi-Fi, we've got no forecast, so we can't see if this big system has changed or anything changes. So yeah, we're pretty much going blind now, and hopefully when we get closer to East London, it'll probably be towards the sort of 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow, we might start to pick up signal, and we hopefully discover that we're still on track. And we're trying to get into East London early so I can get in the light and get some diesel before this rain comes. But yeah, it's a bit of a thumbsuck at the moment because we just don't know what's going on. We've lost signal already as we're deep off Durban already, or basically coming up to Durban but going deeper and deeper. So yeah, it's a little bit of a worrisome thing, but the sea is good. Yeah, so halfway to Durban, we're about probably 15 miles off. There's quite a bit of traffic due to the Suez problems. There's all the vessel monitoring systems. Just turn the music down because of copyright infringement. Monitoring that fuel flow. Checking Stephen playing with the fishing rods on the back. Not a hell of a lot happening on the Echo. Big thermocline. That's our distance to East London, 287. And our ETA at this stage around about 6. Yeah, it's running all over the place, but it's around about 6 in the evening. You can see us there. These things don't like to show the screen. You can see it there. It's us there. It's Durban on the right there. Now the South African coastline is notoriously one of the worst coastlines to try and traverse. Its frontal systems come through between 3 and 5 days. We've had a system come through now, and we've, unfortunately, because I was tied up in court, I couldn't fly out 2 days before. Otherwise this window would have been a lot better and we could have actually got through, possibly. Due to the fronts coming through on such a regular basis, and the fact that we don't have harbours that you can shelter in, like from Richards Bay we got Durban, and then from Durban to East London it's 250 odd miles, and there's absolutely nowhere you can hide there. There's some really heavy reefs that stick out off Red Point and Fish River. So you got to take a wide berth there, although we're going to be going wide anyway because we're using the current, and we're going to be going deep. But yeah, and then from East London to Port Elizabeth there's another stretch of 150 miles where there's nowhere to hide as well. So you get hit there and it's straight into the teeth. So you know, if you get hit with the southwester there, it's really punishing. And it's wind into current, so that sea gets really upside down very quickly. Then we got the section from Port Elizabeth where your last real shelter spot towards Cape Town is Cape St. Francis, but there's no shelter in those bays with an onshore with an easterly wind, so you can hide there for a west without a big swell. And then you've got the possibility of hiding only, you know, westerly at Plettenberg Bay, Mossel Bay, and that's about it. And then you've got another long stretch to get to Simonstown before you can tuck away from the northwest and the southwest. That's probably a 300-mile section. So yeah, if you get caught between spots and you get caught by a buster, you've got basically Hobson's choice. You either take out of the nose or you turn around and go back. And yeah, depending on your fuel, that could be a problem. But we've got a fair amount of fuel here, so we're carrying 4,200 liters, 3,000 inside the vessel's tank, and then 2,600s in the bladders. And we're going to have to transfer at some stage before we get to Cape Town so we can empty the bladders so that they can be put away. But yeah, hopefully we're not going to have to touch the bladders before the close to Cape Town. Yeah, it's interesting. You can see we're using 30 to 34 liters an hour, and we're traveling at you can see there we're traveling at 11 knots, 11.6, 9, 8.5. So you're going up to 11, almost 12. The problem if you start to push this vessel and you start to go 14, 16 knots, the fuel consumption goes up to 130 to 160 liters an hour. And that drops your range usually. You can do the speed, but you're not going to get the distance. So we're basically trying to hop on the current and sail down with it, and then save fuel that way and go as fast as possible and as economically as possible. Off Durban. Yeah, shot Lefty. Lefty just turning the music down so we don't get copyright infringements here. That beautiful sunset. Sea's beautiful. Calm before the storm. We got 3 knots of southwest hitting East London in the early hours of the morning Sunday. So we're going to try and get into East London late tomorrow afternoon, hopefully. Get our shit organized, tied up, dieseled if possible, whatever we need, and then looks like we're going to be stuck there for 4 days. Not so lekker. The sun going down, it's got a big gap, so yeah. Sun. That's one of the pinkest suns I've ever seen, eh? How's that? Hey? That's that weather coming, Jana. Yeah. Red at night, Shepherd's Delight. I don't know about red for the deep ocean with this thing. We've got some serious weather coming. Been around for long enough, and I can tell you that this cut-off low, which is going to form off Port Elizabeth and then move up the coast, is one of the heaviest I've seen. I mean, it looks like a cyclone. I don't think I've seen a weather system like this in my lifetime, and it's going to bring a lot of rain, and it's going to cause a lot of damage up this Transkei coast and the Durban area if it develops the way it's showing on the models. Anyway, let's get going, let's get there. Yo. How golden is that? Whew. That is still hanging in there. I'm surprised Steven's not yet trying to put a line out. It's freaking fist bedorned. Smell the sardine. Now the sardine run's just begun, and man, you can smell there's a big oily patch here. You can actually smell the sardine. You see there's a patch over there, I don't know if you'll see it on a GoPro. Sardine run time, right? Now one of the interesting things about this boat is it's got a joystick, and you can actually turn the boat on a joystick. You just change your module from your standard controls to your joystick, and you can go backwards, forwards, whichever direction you go, it pushes the boat. She's not connected now, obviously, but it's the first time I've used one of these. So yeah, it's a bit of a learning process. We kicked off from the side and then I spent a bit of time in the channel playing with it just to get used to it. It's got a bit of a delay, so it takes a bit of getting used to, but yeah, awesome thing to have when you want to moor when you've got a lot of wind. It's like having 4 bow thrusters on your boat. So it's got pods, so the pod can swivel 360 degrees under the boat, and yeah, so it's computerized, so if you want to go left and crawl left, it just changes the position, then pulls the boat left. So it's quite an amazing little thing, and they've got 3 stations, one here, one on the starboard side, and one on the deck downstairs on the port side. So whichever side you have to dock, or you want to dock, you can go and stand there and operate the system. Yeah, it's hard to believe. Yeah, but look at how flat it is now. In 2 days time, this place is going to be friggin' upside down. 8.8 meters swell and 60 knots of wind. Don't want to be out here. Little duskies, dusky dolphins, massive pod in them.
There must be about 1,000 plus.
Check it there, though. They're beautiful. They've got that stripe down and that white stripe. Jolling, swimming in the wake here. Magic. Effortless. Swimming under the bow, everywhere. Awesome sight. We in the beginning of the sardine run, so there's birds everywhere. There's big clumps of birds and dolphins as far as you can look. We've been probably traveling for like 4 hours now, and as far as you go, yeah, it's just freaking wall-to-wall life. Absolutely insane how many dolphins there are. As far as you look, on the left, on the right, it's just dolphins everywhere. Most beautiful friggin' morning. Completely different to what's coming. It's pods of birds all over the place. Crazy. Yeah, and our radar has gone down. It was going off intermittently during the night, and this morning it just decided it's not going to play ball anymore, so I'm trying to find a technician now. And yeah, it's looking so nice. I could probably try to push through to PE, but man, especially with the radar problem now and the fact that the mooring that they've got there, I'm not 100% happy with. So yeah, might put us back a couple of days, because we're gonna only be able to get out of East London a day later than PE because the weather comes up the coast, and then I'm probably gonna have to go into PE to do a repair on this radar if we can get it sorted out. But what I'm going to do is, once we get into the harbour and we're tied up and we've all had a bit of a rest, I want to reboot all the systems, switch everything off, switch everything on. These electronic glitches are something else, man. Even the new boats that you get, and there have been new fitments, you get this kind of stuff, and you learn sort of how to try and troubleshoot it, you know. It may well just be a loose connection. It could even be they have a lot of ore dust in Richards Bay and it gets into the switches, onto the connectors, and yeah, it can cause chaos. So yeah, we'll have to just give it a bit of a rest and then start from the beginning and see if we can't reboot everything one by one and see if the lot will come back online again. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to go and get a technician to come and have a look at it. Which is going to be a delay, which is a pain in the ass. See all the birds sitting on the water here. Such freaking ballast in their bellies they can't take off. You see that? They're struggling to take off, man, because they're so full. They are absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful morning. What are we? 25 miles from the harbour entrance. Almost there. Leg 1 almost in the books. Not quite, because we haven't tied up yet, but yeah, shortly. Yeah, so I didn't film coming into East London Port. We're in East London Port. Tied up against the side. Port control sent in the emails 2 days ago, and I even got an acknowledgement that they had it, and then they told me I didn't have it, which is quite strange because I have acknowledgement that I had it. And yeah, guys are just filling up with diesel. But yeah, they eventually found it. Obviously don't read the emails. Welcome to South Africa. Are you there, Stephen?
He's on there.
Is the rope off?
No, the rope's off, he's holding on, yeah.
Okay, now I understand. Okay. Gooi it on, yeah, and come jump. So now we're going to go and fetch our ropes on the moorings so we can hide for the next couple of days, which is not great, but we don't really have an option. We could possibly have actually gotten to PE tonight, but yeah, the weather's not looking good, so it's a dodge. You can probably get halfway there in nice stuff and then spend half of the rest of the time, which would probably be about 7 hours, banging into something. So yeah. Alright, are they there yet?
No. But you know, go up this side and then float over to your side.
No, what we're going to do, see where the blue drum is?
That's the middle.
No, that's the middle. So those ropes are held together by there's a little rope holding the 2 ropes together where that blue drum is. So we're going to go there. He's going to give you those 2 ropes are going to come in. They're going to go in the front. So you put them over the bottoms. Then we're going to take the back and put them on the back.
Okay, on this one.
They'll take the ropes for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're going on to a mooring, which is a line in the middle of the Buffalo River here. I'll see if I can't put this thing so we can see what we're doing here. Guys are fetching the ropes there now on the little dinghy. It's going to be freaking super interesting to see how everything holds together in 60 knots of winds. If that 60 knots stays, I'm hoping it's going to drop off and disappear, because man, it's not going to be pleasant. But we're in a really steep like ravine here. You can see it's got a sort of deep ravine, so a lot of the wind will go over the top, and we just hope there's not too much surge coming through the mouth of the river, you know, the entrance of the harbour. Okay, well done, shot. I've got to try and get us across to the right. The left one just struggling to get all the small ropes off the main ropes. That's it's stunky so.
Yeah,
Yes, and the ropes are freaking fail. Yeah, the ropes were in absolutely terrible condition. And it's one of the risks when taking a mooring like this, that you don't have any idea of how strong your mooring blocks are, the attachments, etc., especially with 60 knots of wind coming. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous about tying up here, but at least we had ropes forward and aft, 2 ropes each. And I just hoped that the moorings and everything were secure, because it was going to be a tough night or 2 on the ropes, that's for sure. Yeah, the guys at the Buffalo River Yacht Club had been super kind. They'd helped us get onto the moorings and had supplied us with a little dinghy that we could row ashore with. Otherwise, we'd be stuck with no transportation in the middle of the river. It was going to be a long 4 days of marking time and waiting for that weather to pass. Keeping busy on the boat. Downtime 4 days. The boys can help these start this motor. I've been there. Know what it's like when you capsize. The boys are busy, yeah? We're busy drinking ourselves into a stupor here. 4 days of freaking nothing to do. Bit of instance and a little bit of grilled fish. Bring it out there into the light. It's got lots of spices on. First time in this oven. Microwave, grill, combo, everything.
30 minutes too.
What do you say, Stevie?
Stoked.
Stoked?
Stoked, man.
Hey? Downtime.
Downtime.
Check these boys trying to start that motor. I know exactly what that feels like. Ha ha.
So, Uncle Trev's got his own plate sorted out. Boneless.
The backbone, China. You don't throw this thing away.
Let's check it.
Oh, the best part of the fish with all the spice on it.
Lefty? What's going on there?
My chow looks good.
Perfectly cooked. That there is the best chow you can have.
You can't even order this in a restaurant. You ask for chicken ribs, they give you beef ribs.
That's the best. Got the best flavor of everything.
Yes.
Sweet. Cheers, boredom here. Watching fishing videos, editing, drinking. Lefty's cooking chips.
We're having supper tonight. A nice steak.
Yeah, we got all the goodies here. We're heating up some oil for some instant McCain's chips. And we got the picanha steaks. Some deadly big steaks there, just heating up. It blew all the hot air to the camera. The picanhas are going. We're going to push the button to make it go again. There we go. We're going to see how they come out. Forced air, 200 degrees. We'll see how it works out.